Afghan cuisine, and the name is called Banjan Bourani, which is the Afghan style of eggplant, and it's delicious. So please don't forget to preheat your ovens at 350 degree. Traditionally, this recipe is deep fried and then it's sauteed in tomato sauce blended of spices. To avoid all the grease and the oil, I'll show you guys a different way. It is an easy recipe, so let's take a look at the ingredients. To make Banjan Bourani, which is the Afghan style of eggplant, here I have is the large kind and size of the eggplant. There are a variety of sizes and different kinds you can use, but I'm using this one. So basically I have washed this nicely, and what I'm going to do is just cut off the edge here. Once you get a chance to cut off the edge here, what I'm going to do is slice this into round shape. Traditionally, that's how it's been done. And if you are going to slice this in a round shape, make sure you do it a little bit thicker. Because we are going to bake this first in the oven, but if you're going to deep fry it, so you may want to have it a little bit thinner. I also have chopped this into this shape as well, because the end part you kind of have to. You will also notice that I haven't peeled off the skin. It is very traditional that we Afghans cook this with the skin as well, but it's optional. If you don't like the skin, you can peel it off. Next, you'll need a baking sheet. I have placed the aluminium paper on top as well, and I'm just quickly going to set this up here. Next, here I have some oil that I'm going to brush off on top of the eggplant. Just on the one side is fine, and you can use any type of oil you like. And I have preheated my oven on 350 degree. So I'm just going to place this in the middle here, and we're going to leave it for about 10 minutes or max 15. Next, here I have a flat pan. I'm going to use some oil here. So oil is per your own. I'm going to use about 3 tablespoons here. Here I have is a medium size of red onions. I prefer using red onions, and I have sliced this thinly. So I'm going to add this to the pan. I'm going to add a pinch of salt because it will really help in cooking the onions fast. Just going to saute this. Next, you'll need garlic. So I have about 2 cloves of garlic, which I'm going to crush and use it for this recipe. And please note that for this recipe you'll need quite a bit of garlic because that's the secret part of this recipe. It's all about the garlic. So I'm going to start with the crushed garlic here. Next, I have is about 2 sides of medium tomatoes, which I have also sliced this into a small to medium size. So I'm also going to add this, and do not cook the onions too much or burn it. We're just going to saute everything. Next, I have here is about 3 more cloves of garlic, which I have sliced them. So I'm going to add this at this time, and traditionally we add hot green pepper, so it's optional if you don't like hot. So I'm also going to add this and just leave it until all the tomatoes get a little bit tender. Once your tomatoes get all mushy, I'm going to add some of my spices here. So I'll start with the salt again, just half a teaspoon here. And I need about 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. If you like spicy, you can add green chili pepper if you like. I'm also going to add a half teaspoon of coriander powder to this. And that's about it. Now it's time to add all the eggplants to this. As you can see, it's all halfway cooked here, and that saves you a lot of time from all the oilness traditionally, which is deep fried, as I mentioned earlier in my video. So just place it like this. Once you get a chance to set all the eggplants on top of the tomatoes, what you're going to do is place your heat closer to low, and you're going to cover the top so everything gets simmer. So I'm going to use the help of the other lid here just to get it all set. I wanted to give you guys a tip. Since a lot of pans don't come with a lid, you can place aluminum foil on top just to cover it and give it a simmer for some time. So this is just a tip for you guys to use aluminum foil. Now I need a garnishing for this recipe. Here I have is 3 tablespoons of plain yogurt. I already showed you guys a homemade recipe for this. I'll put a link below the video. And then I also need a crushed garlic. So I'm using 1 clove of garlic here. Next to this yogurt, I'm going to add half a tablespoon of mint. This is dry mint. You can easily get this at any Persian or Afghan grocery stores, or you can make your own homemade. And I'll add a little bit of salt to this and mix everything nicely. Next, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of water to this and give it a good mix. Alright guys, so after 6 minutes I have removed the lid, and with the help of spatula I'm going to flip this. Alright guys, so I have flipped this over, so then the other side also gets all the flavors mixed and simmer it. For whatever reason, if this gets too dried, don't be afraid to add just a little bit of water, basically about 3 to 4 tablespoons I would say. I'm gonna cover the top again and let this get simmer for another 6 to 8 minutes. It should be ready. Make sure your heat is closer to get prepared to serve the Banjan Bourani, which is the Afghan style of eggplant. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this mint yogurt here. Okay guys, so the Banjan Bourani is ready. I have off my heat here, so I'm ready to serve. So just carefully you're gonna serve this on the plate. And next what I'll do is add a little bit of yogurt on top. It's very popular in our country to add this garlic yogurt on top of the eggplant, which is Banjan Bourani. Also I'm going to add a little bit of mint. So mint, you really have to crush it and just sprinkle on top. It really makes a difference with the flavor. Alright guys, so here's a easy recipe on Afghan style of eggplant. We call this Banjan Bourani, and you can serve this traditionally. We Afghans serve this with Afghan naan bread, but you can you know, try any bread you prefer. Again, traditionally this is deep fried first because eggplant is very thick type of a vegetable, so we want that tenderness. But to avoid all that oily, greasy oil that absorbs, I made it easy for you guys by baking it in the oven. And then you can use the tomato and all to blend all the flavors. Do give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this recipe. Do share it with your friends and family. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.